Hey everyone, sorry. One quick second. I always forget that I have to hold this right for us. I hope this works. If it falls, just laugh. Yeah, and it's not gonna let me do it the other way, so this is fun. It's my first live stream. I don't know what I'm doing. Just kidding. Okay, hi everybody. Let me get this one set up because I'm doing so hey everyone, welcome to Recovery Tuesdays, soul strengthening sessions. We're continuing our series. So everyone, I'm recording and I'm live at the same time. So if I'm looking at two different cameras, that's what's going on. But welcome. Hope you're doing well. The last week of March, y'all, I hope March has been monumental for you in some form or fashion, in some capacity. And yes, I hope you had some major growth and deepening in your recovery, in your life, in your transition, wherever you are. That has been my prayer for everyone, is that this month has been a very impactful month for you in whichever or all areas of your life. Y'all really so sorry. You can't hear me. I don't know. Let me see if I can turn it the other way. No, see, it won't let me. Can I do it this way? No. Is this better? Can you hear me now? See? Hi. Can you hear me good? Okay. It might be the AC. Let me turn that off and see if it's that better. Sorry. Because y'all are right next to the little window unit. So, okay, perfect. Great. How are y'all? How are y'all? How's everyone? So this is Recovery Tuesdays, also known as Soul Strengthening Sessions, which, by the way, I have this class every Tuesday, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, and you can find that on my website, which I don't think I linked it yet. No, sorry, I don't play that game, but I've heard of it. Do you like that game? My kids play games. They love, what's it called? Minecraft. Like forever, they've been playing that game, and they still love that game. So, I like to play Tetris. Still, y'all, I'm old school. I like Tetris. In fact, my 3 favorite video games are Tetris. Actually, Tetris is probably third. My first favorite video game is Galaga. Second is Centipede. And third is Tetris. Atari all the way, y'all. Very old school. So yes, let's get into this. So today we're going into the second series, or second video of the series, Stages of Renewal. And I decided to record this because it's been a while since I've done soul strengthening sessions for my Instagram family. So I decided I'm going to go ahead and record while I'm doing live to give y'all a little teaching, to let you know this is the kind of stuff that we're learning about in my Tuesday classes, soul strengthening sessions, Recovery Tuesdays. I mean, it's all really the same thing, really, because it's a class on understanding the inner healing journey and learning about recovery. So today, stages of renewal. Last week we talked about stages of recovery. I talked about toxic, broken, and healing, these different stages you can be in when it comes to getting on the inner healing journey. And today we're talking about renewal. And the title for this one is, and by the way, these are like each of these classes can be their own series. I'm actually introducing you to the series for these classes. I hope that makes sense. So today we're talking about breaking toxic patterns of the mind, heart, and will. So y'all been rocking with me over here on YouTube with our Mind Heart Mondays. I've actually made this in a little package for y'all because on Mind Heart Mondays, which is my Monday night live stream, y'all, if you're interested, head over to YouTube and join us over here. Yes, we've been talking about the mind. We've been talking about the real state of your health on Mind Heart Mondays. And we just finished the will. That was yesterday's teaching. And the two before that was the heart and the mind. So y'all come over here because we got it. Okay, y'all are sharing. I'm so sorry. But on this one, I don't get to see y'all's questions right away. Oh, happy birthday to your mom. Okay, so let me explain. I'm doing well, Victor. Thank you for asking. So y'all, when my iPad, when I'm using my iPad and it's upright, it's like vanished. So I'll see it. If I see it, I'll see it, and then it vanishes, so I don't see it right away. So please bear with. I will come back to your questions and comments. I just have to like go back into the chat to see them. And let me do that real quick because I don't want to miss anything. I'm doing well, Victor. Thank you. Happy birthday to your mom. March birthdays are the best. My daughter's birthday was not that long ago. Can you heal trauma? Victor asks, can you heal trauma? Yes, you can. And if you're interested in that, Victor, or anyone, I do one-to-one sessions where I help you on the inner healing journey. I use the modalities of art, music, and movement. Those are my modalities that I specialize in because they're areas that I specialize in. That is what I do. I'm a certified therapeutic art life coach. So I use that to help you kind of access some of those things in your soul realm so that you can find victory and find freedom. So Victor and everyone else who's interested, I invite you to email me, shesrestored@gmail.com. Or you can, well, right now my website, y'all, I'm still trying to fix my website. Usually I have it linked here so you can just set up an appointment with me. I will do it later, actually. Once I log off, I'll put my information on there and you can just set up an appointment. And then we can chat and see how you're doing. But today, let's get into this. Breaking toxic patterns of the mind, the heart, and the will. Okay, so let's discuss what is toxic. We actually got into this yesterday for Mind Heart Mondays. Toxic is the stage and state where you are outside of the realm of cognizance when it comes to what's going on with you. You are in a very dark space when it comes to understanding your own toxicity and probably those around you. And I shared yesterday that when you're in the toxic state, it's very hard for you to operate outside of your default carnality. That is to say, you don't have an anchor to kind of pull you out of that, which you need. We all need this. We all need a spiritual anchor so that our soul finds rest, because that's what we're looking for. When you're in this state, you're not in a state of rest. You're in chronic unrest, in fact. So yes. So when I am in toxicity, I'm in a bad place. And I must come to a place of humility where I acknowledge, number one, acknowledge that I need help. I need rescue. I need something to help me deal with my issues or my pain, whatever it is that I'm needing help with. But we're going to get into the heart, mind, and will. So we're going to start with the mind first. What is a toxic mind? Anybody been there? toxic mind. Firstly, let me say this. You're very welcome, Victor. See, I just saw your message right now. Let me see if there's anything else. So yes, in the chat, y'all, please be patient. I will come back. If I don't see it right away, I will come back and answer, I promise. So remember, your mind is the central nervous system of your soul. Those of you that are new, this is what I teach. The soul is mind, heart, will, thoughts, emotions, decisions, okay? My mind is, I guess you could call it the headquarters, if we want to get very technical and impersonal about it. But just so you understand that my mind is where it all begins. This is where I begin to formulate my belief system. So if my mind has toxic thinking, I will have toxic emotions, and I therefore will make toxic decisions. This is the order, divine order that God created our soul to function in. So if you're worried about, I keep making these really bad decisions for myself, I need to go backwards, okay? So what are some examples of toxic thinking? As I shared, and I've shared a lot, and I will always share this because this is sort of one of the foundations to understanding self, is I can either be in the spectrum of, I'll just call it roots of brokenness and childhood trauma. I'm either on the side of empathy and empath, or I'm on the side of narcissistic and narcissist, okay? You need to know this for yourself because it's going to help you understand how you approach life, okay? Now, what's important to know here is that it is not so much which one you are as it is to understand that they both have roots of brokenness in childhood that contributed to me being an empath or me being a narcissist. Now, when I'm talking about this in this context, I'm talking about the toxicity of it. So a toxic empath, okay, let's just define empath real quick. So empath is someone who is very connected to the emotional realm of the soul. And in toxicity, you're hyper connected, like you are in emotional overload. You get easily emotionally overwhelmed because of people's energy. Okay? Okay, tug that somewhere for a second. Now, on the narcissist side, you are the opposite. You are very disconnected with your emotional self, to the point of, in the worst case scenario, and actually the worst case scenario would be having NPD or something worse like psychopath and sociopath. It gets very dark, y'all. But at the root here, your toxicity is that you have no empathy for people. Your emotional realm is completely shut off, and you really have no regard for other people. You're out to look for yourself and only for yourself, okay? Now, on the surface, it seems like the narcissist is worse than the toxic empath, the toxic narcissist. But really, they're both operating from a space of hypervigilance due to, unhealed trauma, okay? Now, what's interesting here is we both have issues with, not being esteemed when we were a kid or a child, not being loved or accepted, and it can get worse than that. Obviously, any kind of abuse that we experienced. So, but what happened is that because of your temperament, your personality, and your natural tendency, you went one way or the other. Okay? So it's important for you to know that for yourself. Which one and which way did I go? And due to that, if I'm still, not in touch with myself, with my inner self, then chances are I'm operating in toxic thinking, toxic emotions, and toxic decision making. Okay? What does that mean? So toxic is, it is unhealthy for you. It is unhealthy for those around you. Now, let's move on to the next one. How does this, and I have to get into this, how does this pour into, or how does this differentiate from brokenness, which we got into yesterday? Brokenness is, I am acknowledging, I'm coming to step one in my signature process, to acknowledge that I am struggling. I need help. I'm suffering. And so what I want to do is come to this place of humility within myself to say, you know what, I have some issues and I need to work through them. Even if you're not completely ready, taking that first step of acknowledgement is where it begins to shift from toxicity into brokenness, which we got into yesterday. Okay, so toxic thinking. You must remember that your thought process is only as good as what you are feeding your mind. So if you're not in the inner healing journey, and you're just sort of at the mercy of, moods or your whims, or just, well, that's just how I was raised, or that's just how it is, you're not going to find victory for yourself. And you're certainly not going to be on the path to healing some of this toxic thinking. So your first step, again, is to come to the place where you see and you acknowledge and you recognize that how I think is actually pretty toxic. I need to, figure out how to change my mindset. Again, which that's a whole process. And I teach you that on the one-to-ones, how to do this. But essentially, in a nutshell, I must shift from my default mindset to my renewed mindset. Okay, and that's a transformational journey. Okay, so moving on, my heart is where my emotional realm resides. So if I have toxic emotions, it is because there is something in my heart that needs to be addressed. And chances are it is because of my thinking. Okay? Again, I've shared this a lot, but some of us are thinkers, some of us are feelers. I have a whole video on this on my YouTube channel. If you're more emotional, then that means you're a feeler. That means that, I process everything through my emotional realm. That's not to say you don't think, or vice versa. It just means that you're more of an empath, probably. If you operate from your emotional realm, you're probably more of an empath. So if I'm having toxic emotions, okay, I need to obviously assess, why am I feeling like this? What's going on with me? What are some of the things that are going on? Is it my environment? Is it my relationships? Is it me? And then you begin to go backwards and get into that thinking realm to see what it is that I need to address that's toxic. Okay? Now, toxic decisions, where are we? Okay, we're at 20, so that's good. Toxic decisions. Again, my decision making, which really, y'all, it sums up your life. I mean, the decisions you make is the sum of your life. Okay? You are where you are today because you made some decisions to be where you are today. That's not taking into account that's, for some of us, some of our circumstance was outside of our control. And yet we still had to make some decisions based on those factors. But essentially, your decisions is the sum of your life. So obviously, it's very important to know, am I making toxic decisions? If I am, it's because there's something in my heart that needs to be healed, or there's something in my mind that needs to be healed. Most of the time, these are roots in our subconscious, connected to trauma, connected to childhood trauma that we don't even remember or know about, or connected to just life experiences that we've accumulated over time. So this is very important that we connect to this and understand. Any questions so far? I'm going to give you all a chance to ask, and I'm going to check the chat, see if anybody has any questions. And of course, y'all watching this on the video or the replay, feel free to ask me anything in the comments, or send me a DM, or send me an email if y'all are interested in knowing more. And certainly if you're interested in a one-to-one session with me. So how do we break toxic patterns? There is a formula, a magic formula, I should say, to get out of the state of toxicity. And as I shared before, it is humility. And it is surrender to the spirit. Okay? Most of the time, if I'm in a toxicity, I am not very connected to my spirit realm. Or if I am, it is because my spirit is connected to some kind of darkness. Okay, y'all, this is just reality. The darkness meaning that spiritually there is something in my life that either by inheritance, because of generational trauma, or just generational curse or bondage of any kind, that I'm suffering from. Okay, so this is one layer to understand. A lot of toxicity comes from this. And it certainly comes from the spirit of darkness, the realm of darkness. And this is nothing to take lightly. This is serious. I must know that for myself, because a lot of times we don't have victory because we're not aware that we are operating under inherited slavery. Okay, emotional, mental, spiritual, and physical slavery. So yes, you must understand the spirit realm, that there is a spiritual warfare between dark, light, kingdom of darkness and the kingdom of light, and also my own inherited trauma from my family lineage, which with time, with revelation, and with the power of God, I can break free from. And this is what I teach y'all in the one-to-one sessions, because we can get really deep into this and get to some of those core roots that are keeping you in bondage. So yes, humility, surrender to the spirit, capital S, and going on the inner healing journey, beginning your inner healing journey, I should say. So those are your 3 steps to breaking toxic patterns. Also remember, you're not alone in this. Everybody has roots of trauma that we must break free from. Okay, any questions? Checking my chat. And okay, so let me get into this for a second, because I was telling you at the beginning that these, I introduced these stages because we're going to get into different types of teachings based on this. So, stages of recovery. Recovery is this place where I am already in touch with my brokenness. I already know what my issues are, what my struggles are, and I'm on the inner healing journey to get better. Okay? Number 2, which is today, we're talking about, or I'm introducing this, stages of renewal. So renewal is a place where I am on the inner healing journey. I'm in touch with everything that's that I've been carrying, part of my pain that I have been operating under, and I'm ready to be transformed. Okay. Again, this is part of the inner healing journey. Number 3, which I will teach next week, Lord willing, stages of resilience. Okay, so resilience is a space where I'm already empowered to handle my issues. I'm very deep in my recovery. I'm very aware of my triggers, and I know a lot about spiritual warfare, and dare I say, I'm getting to the space where I'm a force to be reckoned with, because I have conquered the things that tried to conquer me. Okay, and this is where I hope we can all get to, is a space of resilience where I can handle it. I can handle the things I couldn't handle before, because I am so in tune with my self-mastery. So yeah, that is my teaching today for y'all. I will be back on, I might be back on Thursday. If I feel led tomorrow, I'll be back on YouTube. But definitely Friday for my, YouTube. Friday for last day's live stream, and of course you guys can join me over there. What else? Yes, our workshop. I'm so excited. Our workshop is April 1st, 2025. $17. I'm sharing it on Instagram. The link is there. If you book it, and I'm sharing it here, y'all. If you book it, I will get your information through that, and I will email you the link to class. So that's how I'm having to do it, because my website is still down, so please bear with. And I hope to see you all, because it's a really good workshop. It gives you everything essential to get started on your inner healing journey. And for Sonia the Libra family, we got the Thursday, April 3rd workshop. That's for artists and musicians, if you guys are interested in that. And that's also $17. If you choose to do both, I will give you a discount. So think about that. And yeah, I'll be advertising those both on Instagram and She's Restored. YouTube, I mean. And She's Restored and Sonia the Libra Sound. Okay, y'all, that's it. Love y'all. I'm going to check one more time, see if any more questions. And have fun at your mom's birthday party. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Love y'all. Hope you're doing well. And I'll talk to you soon. What else was I going to tell y'all? Yes, my classes. If y'all want to do my classes, they are still available. We can do them as group, or we can do them as one-to-ones. So feel free to email me, shesrestored@gmail.com, if you guys want to sign up. And I will post my website link. It's just right now it's under maintenance, because they're redoing something over there. So, okay, I will see you guys later. Have a good one, and I'll be back Friday for sure, but maybe sooner. We'll see. Bye.